Welcome back to the Morning Blend, where we are cooking with the Machine Shed. Prime rib can definitely add a wow factor to make any meal special.
That's right, and Chef Kurt Wagner is here from the Machine Shed with a foolproof way to make a prime rib. Welcome back, Kurt.
A lot of people are scared of a piece of meat like that. And how to cook it, or
you really should never be afraid of a piece of meat. It's really not going to hurt you.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
That looks like a nice piece of meat.
It absolutely is. This is actually a rib roll. It's a boneless rib roll, and you can get these bone in or bone out. I just recommend, if you're not familiar, go ahead and get the bone out. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, I believe it.
Basically, it's just like cutting steaks, and you can do that after it's cooked. So you're going to roast this as one piece.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to start by turning it upside down. The fatty part's going to be on top, and you don't want to trim that off.
Oh, okay. Probably for flavor, right?
All the flavor's going to soak down in through the meat. So we're going to take this, we're going to turn it over, and I always use olive oil. You can use just about any kind of vegetable oil.
Okay.
But I prefer olive oil.
Yeah, a little healthier.
We're going to take this. Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's going to have a little bit better flavor, too. And I like to do these on the grill at home.
What about flavored oils? Because a lot of people use infused oils. Do you prefer just straight up virgin, EVO, I guess, as they say?
Well, that's actually what I use most of the time, because we're going to season this. And I don't want the infusion messing with what I already know to be very
So
good.
what's in that spice mix or herb mix?
That's got flaked garlic, it's got cracked pepper, it's got a little bit of flaked onion. This is going to be some garlic salt.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little bit
garlic
of this
salt,
on here.
not powder.
Garlic salt, not powder.
And do you, sometimes people will let meat kind of sweat after they put salt on it. Do you do that?
So gross. Let that meat sweat a little.
Do you do that, or is there any?
Well, you actually do kind of want to let it come up a little bit in temperature before you throw it on. You don't want to take an icy cold piece of meat and put it directly on the grill.
Okay. How do you grill? What are your tips for grilling a piece of meat like that? Because a lot of people are familiar with, doing hamburgers or brats or things like chicken on the grill, but a tenderloin or a prime rib is different.
Well, probably the easiest way, and that's why I like this, is that it's kind of foolproof. What you're going to do is, if you've got a gas grill, you're going to just light half, and you're going to put it on the opposite half with a drip pan underneath it to catch all the juice and the drippings, so you don't start a fire later on in your grill.
Right.
If you have a charcoal grill, it's the same thing. Just build your mound of coals over on one side. You want to let them burn down to about a medium coal, and then start it on the opposite side. And it's going to keep that heat in there. It's going to get all that flavor for you. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to slow cook. You probably want the temperature inside to be about 200 degrees, 2 1/4, something like that.
For how long?
About an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. It kind of depends on your grill. If you're using charcoal, you have to watch a little closer, because that's going to go up and down in temperature.
Low and slow.
But that's when you want to take a meat thermometer, and what you can do is you can take that, you put it in, when you get to about 110, 115 degrees, you're going to take that and you can put it like in a low oven, and while you're getting the rest of the meal ready, if you're going to have vegetables or whatever, so it kind of aids in timing. You don't have to worry so much about, is it all done exactly at one time? So it kind of covers up for a few things. You can have an extra beer, a glass of wine while you're waiting, and you're good to go.
What's in your saucepan there?
What I've got over there is just some au jus. It's some beef juice, and I've reduced it down so it's a little thicker.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pour that over the top of the prime rib after we've cut it.
Okay.
So now
so that's how it's prepared then for the grill.
It's done like this, and you take this, wrap it up, or put it in a large bag, put it in the fridge, let it sit overnight.
Okay.
That'll give the flavors a chance to really get into the meat.
So then, how do you slice it then?
Well, what we're going to do, I got to change my clothes here real quick.
Yeah.
We are going to just take this now. You're going to slice it across the grain, which is going to be just like
that looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Just like this. And we're going to go, and I've got my trusty prime knife, and I actually brought mine from home.
Nice. Nice and thick piece, right?
It's going to go like this.
Oh, gosh, that looks good.
And you notice, because I slow cooked this, it's the pink, it was all the way to the outside edge. There's very little dark on the outside.
Perfect.
I'm going to move this over here.
Do you serve this at the Machine Shed right now?
We do. We serve this 7 days a week. We have our prime rib, and then on Saturdays we have a smoked prime rib which we actually cook in our smoker.
Well, one
which
thing
adds a little bit of different flavor.
that
to
looks
it.
good. I'm going to let Tiff cut a little piece for both of us, and I wanted to say, because Kurt's so generous,
that.
and we know your mouth is watering looking at this prime rib, so we're actually giving away a certificate so that 2 people can come to the Machine Shed and enjoy a prime rib dinner, which is so cool.
Looks
So
phenomenal.
call us right now at 414-799-4444. Caller number 7 will win. Again, that's a prime rib dinner for 2 at the Machine Shed, and you can find out more by calling the Machine Shed, making reservations, or checking out their website, which is machineshed.com, and they're in Appleton and Pewaukee. Ooh,
Yeah.
that looks delicious.
All
That looks so
right.
good. Thank you so much, Kurt. We appreciate it. And thanks for the gift certificate, too. Up next, while Tiff tastes that, we're going to have our picture of the day, so be sure to stay with us.